Welcome to What My Grandkids Call Me.
What do they call you?
Now, thank you so much for being with us. That's our show, What My Grandkids Call Me. I have a Facebook page. Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
So you'll have to check out the page, What My Grandkids Call Me. And then
I'm trying to make sure that the lights are. Then it went back. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold it. Okay, we're good.
Okay. And then there's a group with the page too called Grandma Loves Her Grandkids. So what do your grandkids call you?
Grandmother.
Grandmother?
And there's
I love it. What?
I said there's a story behind that.
Oh, you'll have to share the story. While you're sharing the story, I'm gonna put grandmother up on the wall. I don't think, wait a minute, let me get my letters. Oh, they're right behind me. I don't think we had a grandmother yet. And these are all the grandmas I've talked to, and nobody was grandmother.
Well, I'm grandmother.
Oh my goodness. So tell us the story.
I became a grandmother very early.
Okay.
So I was like a 40, 41.
Wow, okay.
Grandmother. It was quite traumatic. My daughter was married.
Okay.
She and her husband had been together for 2 years, a year or so, whatever, before, and she was in college. She was in the military before she became pregnant. And at that time in my life, to me, grandmother denoted someone that was old and wrinkly and not somebody that I would want it to be.
Okay.
And I cried and agonized over
becoming
a grandmother at that early age. And I was in prayer, and it was like I could hear the Lord say, "You're being very selfish. And it's not about you, it's about the gift that I'm sending to you.
Oh my goodness.
And you need to deal with it, get up, get over yourself, and be ready to receive the gift that I'm giving to you. And your reaction is based in selfishness."
Oh, wow.
And
you got up.
I got up, and because what was bothering me was being a grandmother. So I said, I will fix this. And they will call me grandmother because that is how I accepted it.
Grandmother.
Grandmother. I am grandmother.
Well, I'm putting grandmother. I don't know. Can you see that grandmother down there? I don't have it all the way yet.
I see it. I see it. So I'm grandmother. They tend to they'll do the grandma every now and then. When I'm talking to them and I say grandmother, that is it. That's what I am. I am grandmother.
I love it.
You forgot the H.
M-O-T. Oh, I sure did. Thank you. That's why I have y'all looking at me while I'm doing that. M-O-T. I forgot the H. Let's see where the H is.
I was a divorcee. It was kind of like I kind of thought I was still cute, and grandmother did not bring about the characteristics I was trying to emulate, and I was like, no, deal with it. Your grandmother.
You are grandmother.
And he is precious. I have.
How many grandchildren do you have?
4.5.
4.5.
Number 5 will be here within 30 days. I'll have number 5.
Oh my goodness. That's so adorable.
I am waiting on her. My oldest that made me transform is, God, I can't keep all the ages together. I believe he is 20. He'll be 27
Oh
in
my
February.
goodness. The one that
And
God said you're supposed to be grandmother.
uh-huh, he will be 27, I believe, in February 4th. He is a
Oh,
physician and he is practicing in Philadelphia. Uh,
awesome.
he is a gift. He is a true gift. He came and in 9 days old. 9 days old, he stopped breathing. He is a surviving SIDS baby. He is a precious gift, and I thank God for getting me straight. So Kendall is that's my oldest, and
What a story. That's wonderful.
his brother is 18 months younger, and he is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He is I don't know what the title of it is, but when the state legislature presents bills to the governor or to the Congress to vote on, they have
Mm-hmm.
to be grammatically correct. They have to be checked. He's the checker. So every
Okay.
bill goes through Jalen, my youngest grandson, and before they go on the House floor there in this state house. So
Oh, that's a
I am
really
proud of
that.
the two that definitely of the one that changed my life,
Oh,
and I'm definitely proud of Kendall. They are from my oldest daughter, who is a federal defense attorney. She'll hit me if I say prosecutor. She's a federal
my
defense
goodness.
attorney.
God bless you, honey. You got some
He blessed
smart
me, and
grandbabies.
he told me that they would be the greatest blessing that he gave to me, and he's right.
Oh, yes, always.
I have then there's a big gap between Jalen
Mm-hmm.
at I think Jay's 25,
Uh-huh.
and I have Anaya who just turned 7.
Oh,
So Anaya is
so
here in
lovable.
Georgia with
She
me.
is good. So
Yeah.
you get to hug her
I
still.
get to hug Anaya. She's 7, my very first granddaughter, and the feeling I got with that little girl was tremendous. She's my son's daughter. And I get to go to ball games. I get to go to basketball games, football
Oh,
games. I get to attend ballet concerts and all of these
wonderful.
things with Miss Anaya. And I love it.
I
And
know you
then
do.
I have little Mackenzie, and Mackenzie is 3.
Oh, she's
And
still huggable too.
oh, yes, and grandma is very active in Mackenzie's life as well. My youngest daughter, her
Hmm.
mother, who is also pregnant now, but
Okay.
Mackenzie's parents are IT and project management people who travel.
Oh,
And
okay.
so Mackenzie was born here in Georgia. I was right there when she came. In fact, I was there when everyone but Anaya was born.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
so when the parents travel, grandma has grandma duty. And when I say grandma duty, I mean it. I mean, I have Mackenzie, and they live 40 minutes away from me, and I have
Hmm.
to cross downtown Atlanta to get to her, and her school is there in East Atlanta. I am in Smyrna. So when
Oh,
I
wow.
have Mackenzie, I am up early in the morning and I am driving her to school, dropping her off, and then I pick her up at the end of school, and she stays with grandmother night and day until mama and daddy arrive, and generally one of them will get back Thursday. And so from Monday evening, because they'll get her to school before they hit the airport, I have Miss Mackenzie. And that is my little snuggle bug. If I
Uh,
go anywhere, when we go to Anaya's ball games and I'm standing cheering at the fence as
Mhm.
I do. If I take a step back, I'm bumping into something. I look down and it's Mackenzie right at my ankles, right
Your
at my
your
knees,
snuggle bug. I like that.
right up under me on the regular. And right now, as we speak, I am on alert because my last granddaughter, I'm saying last because my daughter is, she's high risk pregnancy because of age. And Miss Monroe is coming. And,
Oh, that's
and
a nice name.
Monroe Ari Borden. And when Monroe is born, and it's any day now, because they know they'll have to induce because of her age and a
Mhm.
couple other issues. They know that she has a doctor's appointment right now as we speak, and it could be the doctor say, that's it, we're going to take Monroe. And so I have to be on alert because she and her husband will be going to the hospital, and somebody has to get Mackenzie. And that would
Grandmother.
be, yes, I'm on grandmother duty. So I am on grandmother alert. I was called again this morning to make sure that I was home, and that if the doctors call in to this pregnancy, that I am prepared to go get Mackenzie and pick up Mackenzie's bag, because Mackenzie will be moving in with grandmother. And we had to have a discussion about where Mackenzie will sleep, because when she stays with me, and this has been it since she was 1 week old, she sleeps in my bed with grandmother, not on the floor in some blow up bed that parents have given. She sleeps with her grandmother,
I
even if
love
she
it.
kicks me in the head.
I
And
love
that's
it.
it. So I am on duty. I am not going anywhere. My phone is always at my side because I don't know when Monroe decides to come.
To come. That is a amazing story. Oh my gosh, Lydia, I am so pleased to meet you and to hear your grandma's story, your grandmother story. I love that.
Grandmother
I
story.
love that. I absolutely love that. And I
Once,
could just picture that little one calling you grandmother,
yeah,
and your
yeah.
heart just goes.
And it was amazing because as Mackenzie began to speak, she started calling me mama. Well, she called me mama because that's what her mother calls me.
Right, right. So
And
that's
she
what
would
she
say
heard.
mama, and I would say grandmother. And finally, we had to work through that. And my daughter said, well, mama, why don't you pick another name? No, no, I'm
You
grandmother.
that
She's
absolutely.
going to get it.
She
She's
did.
going to get it. And every time, and everybody that's around me, even my neighbors, when I have Mackenzie, we go for our walks outside.
Hmm.
And I'm in an older community, and they see Mackenzie, and she'll say mama, and all of my neighbors would say grandmother.
Oh my goodness, that is adorable.
But she now has it, and she calls me grandmother. And the mother kind of gets garbled up as a 3-year-old is wont to do.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
yeah,
You
but
got to get that on a recording so you can play it back when when she gets bigger.
it is cute,
I
and
know it
I
is.
love my grandchildren. I just absolutely love them. They are blessings. And God has really given me an opportunity to be a small part of their lives. I am a musician. I have taught many people how to play the piano. In fact, this is my office, and the piano is right in front of me. And I
Hmm.
already have the keyboard set up for Anaya. And we are ready with the piano lessons so that Anaya can play, and Mackenzie
Wonderful.
and Monroe, and I'm just waiting on them. And whenever they come to grandma's house, they all come run into this room and they're banging on my piano.
Ah, I
I'm
love
like,
it.
are you ready?
The
And
little
they get up from the
musicians.
piano and move on. But it is gorgeous. I love it. I love being a grandma. I do. I just do. And I cannot wait to get my hands on Monroe.
The
And
next one.
yeah, and um, it is interesting because each grandchild is different. Each
Right,
one has a different personality.
right.
Mackenzie follows her mother's growth pattern. And the doctors were worried because she was petite.
Uh-huh.
And as grandmother, Alicia was telling me that Mackenzie was in the single digits for weight and on and on. And I looked at her and I didn't say a word. I went and got her baby book.
Oh,
And in her baby book, she saw her weight and height at the different stages.
right.
And when she saw that, she took it to her doctors and she said she's following my pattern.
He sure is. Isn't that something? That's
So
amazing that you kept that. I mean,
I kept
that's
that.
something that you can show her.
But that's a wisdom that a grandmother would have.
Yeah,
It was necessary to know it, to keep her from being worried that this baby was somehow underweight.
right,
She
right.
something was wrong. And so that has come off a lot with my grandchildren. Many times I have had to step in with their parents and say, either your brother used to do that or you did that. And
Mm-hmm. I understand.
sometimes there was one of them was all bent out of shape about the shape of a toe. And they were looking at the baby's toe and they were having a fit. And all three of my kids were kind of lined up at that point, sitting on
Uh-huh.
the sofa with me.
Uh-huh.
And I popped one of them on the leg and I said, take your shoe off. And they took their shoe off and I pointed to the toe,
Oh my goodness, same toe.
same toe. And and they looked at me and they said, how do you remember all of that? And
Because
I'm like,
I'm your
that's my job.
mama.
That's my job. That's
Yeah.
my grandmother. And I'm supposed to have that wisdom.
And you do.
And
It's
I have it,
wonderful. Yes.
but I had to get over myself to
And
be
you did.
able
You followed directions.
I followed directions. And when I go to pick up Mackenzie from school and she has misbehaved, and the teachers tell me her eyes get big because she knows grandma's going to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, grandmother does not take that.
No, grandmother doesn't. Anaya burst into tears when I got a bad report on her because she knew that we were going to have a conversation.
And they don't want to disappoint you, even
And they
though
don't.
they're
And I
kids, but
don't.
they don't want to disappoint you.
Yeah. And they know I'm not mother and daddy.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
that was what God was trying to show me,
Well,
that
you got it.
I got
You
it.
got it.
I'm waiting on this next blessing.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm
And it's
praying that
coming.
they shut it down because grandmother has gotten old. And running behind infants is not what I really want to do.
Yeah,
So
no, not as we get older. We're like, okay, you can stop now.
you can stop now.
That's wonderful, Lydia. Thank you for sharing your story. So I have one more question before we go.
Okay.
My question is, if you could put in one sentence how your grandkids make you feel, one sentence, what would that sentence be?
My grandchildren make me feel unconditional love. Unconditional love. Um, Blessed beyond measure. They really do. I have to share this one thing with you about that. Last year, 2018, I think, I was diagnosed with a kidney illness, not fatal, but something that they did not have a cure for. The cure is in my hands. It's a fatty liver disease and it's prevalent among people of our color.
Okay.
And it bothered me because of the stage I was at. It's non alcoholic, but the fatty liver disease is just as deadly. And I was upset, and my children knew I was upset. And I got a phone call. And the phone call said, the person on the other end of the line said, Grandmother, I hear you have a problem, but we can fix it. And this is what I want you to do. It was my oldest grandson. And
Oh,
he told
oh,
me what I could do, what I could not do. No food after 7, all kinds of stuff like that.
right. Oh, what a
But
blessing indeed.
the what happened in this interchange with my grandson was that, when you're talking to your regular doctor, you may tell him this and you may not tell him that, and you might fudge on this. I couldn't lie to my grandson. I couldn't, because he loves me and I knew where he was coming from. And I
Absolutely.
had to shoot straight with him. And he shot straight with me. He was so straight until I found myself saying, "Yes, sir," to my
Your
grandson.
grandson. What a blessing indeed.
And that is what I'm talking about. And he was like, "Grandmother, you are diabetic. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. What time did you, what is this?" And it was on. And that is that unconditional love. I knew where he was coming from when he talked to me.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was a blessing. I knew it was a blessing.
It was.
Everybody doesn't have a grandson that is a doctor, that would take time to guide them like that. And I will tell you today, as I sit here, my condition has been reversed. So they are a blessing.
A blessing.
They are a
Praise
blessing.
God.
And the
Oh my goodness.
unconditional love is overwhelming. And I'm almost in tears when I think about what Kendall did to me. At first, I'm like, who does he think he's talking to? And I got over myself
Oh, you got that before.
with the same one. And I,
Yeah, that's what I'm checking out. The same one. I mean, this
I
is
got
that
over
firstborn.
myself and I
Yeah.
realized
And
he's your
God knew that
grandson
way back before he was born. So,
and he's a doctor.
yeah.
And this is not his field, but he's talking to you. And we have reversed it. I was at stage 3
Praise God.
of the disease. I'm at stage 2, listening to my doctor that
Your
is
grandson.
of my line. Yes.
Oh my gosh. We're going to close right there, Miss Lydia.
Okay.
Grandmother, we are so glad you came on the show. And I will definitely let you know when our grandmother channel starts, because you'll be among our first guests.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, so we'll keep in touch.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Oh my gosh, wasn't that wonderful? So that was Miss Lydia, and she is grandmother. Oh my goodness, what a amazing story. Grandmas, we are just so blessed. And the stories that we can share with our grandkids is such a blessing to share to others. Thank you for being with us. Remember, no matter what they call you, loving grandkids, priceless. See you next time.